Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? What's the word? What's going on? How everybody doing out there? Y'all already know what it is, man. We are back again. And it's time for the bonus banger, y'all. It's time for the bonus banger. That's a lot, y'all. I got a bonus banger for y'all, and it's a banger. I keep one of those. Y'all already know the count. But like I always say before I start these videos off, I have no problem delivering this content to everybody that's out there working hard, working a 9 to 5. Everybody that's out there with their own business, getting to that bag the legit way. I make sure y'all got something to watch in the morning times, and I promise y'all there's no problem on my end. I also have no problem making sure I'm warning y'all and telling y'all about how dangerous prison is. I only ask for one thing in the process, and that's for y'all to just stay out the way, man. That's it, man. Stay out here on the streets, man. It's better out here, man. You want to go in there and be roommates with a dude named Ben who feet stink, man? Come on, man. It don't make sense when you can stay out here and sleep in your own room, drive your own car, go in your own refrigerator, man. You can use your own bathroom. These are the things that's going to get taken away from you if you ever leave and get locked up. We don't want to go through that this summer, and we don't want to go through that ever, man. So just stay out the way for me, people. Period. But y'all already know what it is, man. This is a bonus banger. So what I need y'all to do with this one, like, share, subscribe, so y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. But it's time for business. It's time for business, y'all. And the story I got for y'all today is called Predator versus Predator. Part 1. Crazy story, crazy situation, but we are where people. We are in penitentiary, man, where crazy things happen all the time. And I'm telling y'all, man, and there it gets crazy, man. It gets crazy to the point where, man, these freaking predators, man, like, they kind of like everywhere in prison, man, because they so sneaky. You never know who they are until you see them in action. And the ones that you already know that's predators, man, like, it's hard to stop what they doing, man. They're going to do what they're going to do, man. Can't nobody, no inmate, do nothing about a predator being a predator, man. They are in there to be a predator because that's what they are, man. Doing what they be doing is crazy, man, but at the end of the day, man, that's what a predator is, man. A predator is a sneaky, conniving, finesser, somebody that's trying to get what he want, man. He's super extra freaky too, by the way. Pause, man. Like, don't let me leave that out, man. But with that being said, though, we on Susses 2 for this, y'all. We on Susses 2. I can remember being in 3D for this one, y'all. And this was kind of like right before I had dipped and ended up getting the Dirty Urine game, and they came and got me, my roommate, and all this stuff. But before that, though, a little bit before that, man, it was a crazy situation, man, because I explained to y'all 3D is a part where they put us at where the whole rest of the building was segregation. Now, while I was over there, it was a sweet building, man, but it started getting a little crazy a little bit at the end, but still, though, it was still a good place to be. But what made it kind of crazy is when they started doing the moves, man. Like, you know, like we already knew when we first moved over there, they was going to bring people over there. It was a lot of people talking about coming to our block because it was basically just us they had to worry about. So a lot of people saw that we had a good thing going on. A lot of people wanted to come there. I said this before too. But kind of like in the end a little bit, man, it's like when they kind of switched the game up a little bit, man. When I say they switched the game up a little bit, it's when they did a mass movement. They started doing a mass movement on the compound. And my pod was targeted to be a lot of people moving from that pod. But I think they took people from everywhere and just did what they did. But basically, this was kind of like, this was Susses 2 shaking up the compound, basically what they was doing. So I can remember when they started a rule where if you was in school, you would have to go to 2 buildings. If anybody that's in school, you got to go to 2 buildings. So in the pod, in everybody's pod, there's always 10, 15 dudes that go to school. You know what I mean? Every pod, it could be more. But people go to school all through the day, from morning times, from lunch times to the evening times. People are in school. So it's always people that go to school. But around this time right here, it was like a lot of the red teams were getting crazy. The red team stuff was getting crazy up there. And just a lot of stuff on Susses 2 in general was getting crazy up there. So I guess they just wanted to shake up the compound. And what they did was say that if you was in school, they wanted everybody in school. They turned 2 building into a school building, y'all. How they gonna do that, man? You know I come from 2C, man. Y'all already know 2C by now from listening to my stories. Y'all already know 2C is a classic pod, man. And they turning the whole building into a school building, man. But this was crazy. This was the compound just doing what they want, basically, man. So my pod had a lot of dudes that I was even cool with that was in school that was upset that they was gonna have to be moving. So they basically shook up the pod. People I was cool with, everybody, they got moved, man. They got moved. You was in school, you got moved. And that's just what it was, man. So when they did this move, y'all, it brought members over there, and it brought a whole bunch of weirdos over there into our pod, man. But like, when you see your whole pod changing over, it's something that you don't like. You know, I got a job, I'm staying out the way, I'm trying to get money in the joint, and I see it's changing, but still though, like, just to see 10, 12 new dudes come in the block is different. Now, when they brought 10 new dudes into the block, a well-known dude that they brought over there that be shake, rattling, and rolling, so I didn't even have to scan him, you know what I mean? It was already understood, and we gonna call him Booker. Now, Booker was kind of like a fat kind of dude, a little taller than me. He was from the Tidewater area, I ain't gonna lie, he was from the Tidewater area, but he was just one of those dudes that didn't care what nobody thought. Like, you know what I mean? You got those people in there that don't care about what you're doing in there. And he shake, rattle, and roll. Like, he made his business to shake, rattle, and roll. Like, he had a boy, I think, when he was in one building. Then I think he was in 4 buildings at the time. He had a boy. Every place he went to, he had a boy. You know what I mean? Because this is what he's into. Now, Booker was a dude kind of like, you know, he wasn't too rowdy. Like, when he moved in the block, I ain't even gonna lie, he went straight to kind of like showing that he was a gambler. He was trying to get a job. Like, he was doing all the things that kind of wasn't showing signs of him being a psycho. But I already knew he was a psycho from his past. Like, you know, a lot of dudes won't know him, but I'm already on the compound over 4.5 years around this time. So I already know what's going on. So I knew him. We didn't know each other personally to have conversations, but I knew his reputation, you know what I mean? And dude liked to rock with them boys. So when he moved in, he was real nice and calm, and, you know, like, he wasn't on it like that, you know what I mean? But like I told y'all, they shook the whole pod up. So everybody in there is new except me, my roommate, a few other dudes, like a little bit of dudes on the top tier. Everybody else was kind of new, man. It was a lot of new people in there, you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to exaggerate about the number, but it was a decent amount of number of people that came in our block. So out of everybody that moving into our block, everybody was still trying to like get hold of what was going on. So once they found out that they can move people in their cells they want to go into, that's what people was trying to do. So like, I didn't even lie, like, you know what I mean? I'm not even gonna lie, like, for real. I wasn't even paying it no mind, but it was like a big thing going on. Everybody was trying to get moved into a certain cell that they wanted to be into. So the dude Booker moved in cell 14, which was not too far from the showers on the bottom tier. Now, he was trying to move in cell 33. Now, I didn't know why he was trying to move in cell 33, but when I noticed why he tried to move in cell 33, it was a white dude that they moved up there, man, kind of like, and I don't know if he was like Latino and white or something like that, but he was like a white dude. He didn't look young. He looked like he was like in his 30s, to be honest with you. He didn't look like a young dude. He looked older than us, but he was a white dude, and he came from another building. I never seen him before. But when he came and I noticed that he was in our block, but when I noticed he was in our block, he just kind of gave away, like, I was green. Like, he's super green, slightly like quiet, don't know nobody, like kind of just staying to himself. So when I saw Booker trying to make the move up there, that's when I kind of put 2 and 2 together. Like, oh, Booker trying to go up there and shake, rattle, and roll. But like I say, Booker don't hold no cut cards. Booker don't care who know he about to shake, rattle, and roll, man. Booker mission is to get the cell 33 off and he can handle his business, y'all. So boom. You think he care about what I think? I'm just pinning all this, man. So they hollering, they trying to make it happen. So the sergeant, which is a cool sergeant in 3D, he tell everybody, put your move on paper and bring it to him tomorrow. So he wasn't doing no moves today. He wasn't doing no moves today. He was like, put it on paper. So Booker used to talk to a couple of other dudes in there, you know what I mean? But for the most part, he spent a lot of his time gambling. Now, his rest of his time he spent trying to get in the cell with the white dude. Now, the white dude wasn't even talking to nobody in the block. He looked real quiet. And to be honest with y'all, he didn't look gay. He didn't look gay, my opinion. He didn't like he was gay at all. I'm not even gonna lie. But after Booker would gamble, that's where he would be at. He would be talking to the white dude, walking laps with the white dude, him and the white dude sitting down way back in the corner, kicking it. Like, that's what he be doing, you know what I mean? So when the next day rolled around, I guess they already had the play set up that they was gonna move in the joint. So when they went to go make the move for him to go move in the joint, it was another dude that they moved in this joint. And this dude was probably like in his early 20s. This dude was probably like in his early 30s, you know what I mean? And I never seen this guy before, but he was from the 804 area. But he was another dude trying to talk to the white dude. Now, it didn't look like probably on some maniac stuff with him, because Booker shake, rattle, and roll, so everybody knew the count about why he was talking to this white dude. But like, we gonna call him Alvin. Now, Alvin, I look up Alvin on the top tier like this. talking to the white dude. The white dude is in 33. So he's standing right there, like, which is, the showers is right beside them too a little bit, but they on the tier like this. You know what I mean? They chilling. The white dude, you know what I mean? So they right there on the tier like this and they chilling. And the dude Alvin just standing there talking to the white dude. Now I noticed every time Booker was playing poker, he'll look back when he get his cards. He'll make sure he look back and pin what they was doing. But I don't think nothing was written in stone for neither one of them, man. But all I know is this. When the sergeant told him to put the joint on paper, man, I think that's when Booker went to the white dude right in front of the other dude. And he tried to, like, you know what I mean, tell him what he was doing. The white dude told him, like, look, he'd rather stay with what celly he got for the moment. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why he turned Booker down, but he was like, that's what he'd rather do. So when he did that, it was crazy. Like, I saw. So when he said that, they must have made Booker mad because Booker came down the steps angry. He still had his poker chips in his hand, and he went to go talk to the white dude, and the white dude clapped him. You know what I mean? Told him that won't happen at the moment. Man, Booker come down the steps like this. He was like, he had his chips in his hand. He was like, he put them on the table. He was angry about something too. He was like, he seen the white dude come back by. He was like, hey, come here, man. You know what I mean? So we all at the table. Everybody pinning the junk like, yo, look, he trying to get in the cell with the white dude. Like, everybody like, man, they gonna bring all these shake, rattling rollers over here. And while pod was decent, we didn't have really no shake, rattling rollers. Shake, rattling roller been in there a few times, but we didn't have nobody shake, rattling roller that I knew of. But these dudes don't got no cut cards. They don't care if you know they shake, rattling roll. So he called the dude over there. The dude come over to the table. He back up. Then he whispered in his ear. That joint had look crazy, man. Like, to see another man whispering in another man's ear like this, man, like, it threw me off, yo. I ain't even gonna lie, pause, man. But like, he backed up at first when the white dude pulled up. He was like, he had his hand, he was like, I fold. He threw his hand in the deck. He backed up. He was like, whatever he was talking about looked fruity, y'all. So boom. What he was talking about. The white dude was like, the white dude just shook his head like, he was like, what is this guy doing? So we rolling off the joint. We tripping. We betting off this, that he's trying to put his bid in. You know what I mean? So whatever he was saying to the white dude wasn't going for it. Like, the white dude wasn't going for it. Like, you got to understand, like, I thought he might have knew this white dude. You know what I mean? I thought he might have knew this white dude. But the dudes that was in the pod, and it was a white dude that used to work with us on the shift, and we used to have a job and we used to work at night. He knew the white dude. He still didn't kick it with the white dude, but he knew who the white dude was. Like, usually the white people will kind of like stick together, like, you know what I mean? Like, even if they don't care about each other, like, you'll still see them conversating though. So the white dude that used to work with me, he knew the dude. So he basically, like, it was like, I didn't know what was going on until we ended up working at night. And we ended up working at night. I seen two of the dudes that I be working with sitting at the table with the white dude. And after I finished doing what I was doing, I went and got me some hot water. And I had my soup already at the table where they were sitting at. And I came and I put my hot water in the soup, put the little paper, the soup paper over the joint, boom. I had a magazine, boom, I put that on top of it, and I just sat down and joint. Now, at first, I wasn't listening to what they were saying until I heard the white dude saying, like, yeah, the dude Booker that just moved in here from one building, yeah, he's trying to get in the cell with that dude so he can get in his underwear. That's what he's trying to do. He ain't got nothing else. And I already told him, don't let him in the cell with him. And I told him 100 times, but if he don't listen to me, that's on him. So the other two dudes at the table, they was like, man, that other dude that be talking to him too, which they talking about dude Alvin, they was like, yeah, he be trying to holler at him too, so they don't know what's going on. So for real, it was like both of these dudes was jive fighting over this guy. You know what I mean? But the guy, like I say, the guy didn't look gay. The guy didn't act gay. You know what I mean? He was just a dude that was alone, and he was white, and these predators got their antennas up. You know what I mean? So you already know how they gonna carry it. Now, Booker, I didn't have to scan him to know that that's what he do. He shake, rattle, and roll. Now, I never knew he was a predator. Now, a predator and a shake, rattle, and roller, it's a difference, because somebody that shake, rattle, and roll, he's just going to shake, rattle, and roll. A predator is going to finesse, try to do stuff to get to his victory. You know what I mean? And that's what I call a predator. So he wasn't a predator in my eyes, even though I know he shake, rattle, and roll. But the dude Alvin, on the other hand, I didn't really know what was going on with him. You know what I mean? But to hear the white dude that work on the night shift when we break down that that's what they really trying to do, man, both of these niggas predators, y'all. So boom, I ain't even gonna lie, I'm going back to my cell. I sleep in 41, so I'm going up the steps. Before I go up the steps, I see the dude Albert. So when I'm going up the steps to get ready to lock down, I'm coming up the steps. His cell is right here to my left. I'm coming up the steps, y'all. I got my bull. I'm like, I see his face pop up at the door. I was like, he's gay. I was like, man, this is out of control. I knew it though. I went to my cell. You know what I mean? I was like, man, this is crazy, man. Like, our pod just was a good pod. We just had a good pod, man, where everybody was trying to get some money, trying to mess with the la-la, gambling, chilling. Now we got shake, rattle, and rollers and freaking predators in here, man. This isn't a good thing. But still, though, like, for my scanner to go off on him, I already knew what time it was, man. Like, both of these dudes was kind of competing against each other to get this white dude. Like, and this was sick. Like, when you see stuff like this in prison, y'all, it makes my stomach hurt, y'all. So, boom. Pause, man. I don't care, but at the end of the day, like, I ain't know what but at the end of the day, man, I don't know what their plan was. I don't know what their plan was. All I know, I was just hoping that the white dudes stay packed and don't let none of these dudes, like, move in the cell with him, because both of them was down on him. You know what I mean? So we get up the next day. The next day roll around, we go to breakfast. So when we go to breakfast, I sleep in 41, like I told y'all. So my cell is right here on this tier. But the white dude sleep in cell 33. So I come up the steps the other way, which when I come up the steps the other way, my cell is going to be closer. You know what I mean? The steps that I seen bro on, I took the far way coming because I had to walk all the way around back to my cell. But I'm coming up the steps that's closer to my joint this time. And when I come up the steps, this is right after breakfast. When I come up the steps, y'all, I promise you, man, I see the white dude sitting down, like, cause like they doors are open. So when the doors are open, you can see directly into their joint. I come up the steps, I see the white dude sitting down on his box. He's sitting on a box. And then I look, and when I look more into the cell, I seen the dude Albert. The dude Alvin was in the cell. And he was just standing there, like, you know what I mean? But when he was standing there, you could tell from his posture, kind of like he was like on some like you know what I mean? Because the white dude kind of looking up, like, you know what I mean? So whatever he's saying, it looked like he trying to scare the white dude. So the white dude basically, like, you know what I mean? So his roommate, the one that they trying to get moved, he come up the steps. So he kind of intervened what was going on. So when he walked to the door, the dude Alvin was like, yo, man, I ain't finished talking to him, man. You know what I mean? So his celly wanted but like an old dude, old black dude. So the old black dude was like, all right, man. He looked at the white dude. He was like, you good? The white dude was like, he shook his head. So everybody that's coming up the steps kind of pinning this joint. Everybody kind of pinning this joint. So Alvin like, man, I ain't trying to hear that. Man. Go ahead and pack it up, man. Go ahead and pack it up. So the white dude like, you're going to take my TV? That's what you're going to do? You want my TV, man? White boy had like one of them little Magnavoxes at the time. You know what I mean? We ain't had a 13-inch yet. He had a white Magnavox. This was the white TVs. So he came from another camp with this. We didn't even sell those on our commissary. We had the little white colored TV. So he like, man, you gonna take my TV, man? That's what you gonna do? You gonna take my TV? This my word. Alan was like, yeah, go ahead and pack it up. Pack your commissary up too. If you ain't gonna listen to me, pack everything up. Man, to see a dude that wasn't that old being a maniac like this, the only thing I could think of was, man, like, they about to rob him. I'm like, man, they gonna rob this dude. But I'm like, why? So the white dude, like, he got up, he stood up. So Alvin like, hurry up before these doors close. And now everybody here, you know, it's quiet after breakfast. Everybody like, he's like, man, hurry up, man. Hurry up, white dude, get up. I was like, yo, white, this buck. I thought the white dude was gonna buck, like, buck. And just buck, man, just fight and go to the hole. White dude got up, he was like, went to the wall, he was like, white dude started unplugging his cable cord, y'all, so boom! White dude about to get that TV up, my word, his cable cord come out the wall, he was like, I was like, he about to give his stuff up, so everybody on the tier, I'm on the tier being nosy, I'm looking down on my right, I'm like, he about to get a joint up, man. White dude grabbed his stuff, like, hurry up! He's snapping, he's like, hurry up! White dude get it. White dude getting the stuff. Put the stuff up. You know what I mean? I look up. I seen Booker coming up the other steps like this. Booker was like, came up the steps ugly as hell. That's my word. Come on. He was like, when he finished up the steps, he hit the joint. He was like, that's how he walked to the cell. He was like, he looked around the corner. He was like, hey, what's up? You good? The white dude was like, he's trying to take my TV, man. He was like, why you trying to take his TV, man? We don't want no stealing in this pod, man. What you got going on, Alvin? Alvin was like, look, you need to mind your business, Booker. You need to mind your business. He was like, I am minding my business, man. And my business is making sure he's cool. You need to leave him alone, man. I'm coming to our pod trying to start stuff and bring drama to our pod like this. I'm saying in my head, talking about trying to bring drama to the pod. These dudes over here shooting a 2-on-1 game, bank game to this guy, y'all. So boom. I done seen it all. I already know what's going on. So Booker like, no, we ain't having this. Alvin like, look, you need to mind your business, man. This ain't got nothing to do with you, Booker. You always butting in my stuff. What you got? You ain't got nothing to do with this. Booker like, look, I'm gonna tell you like this. If you mess with him, you mess with me. I'm gonna tell you like that. White dude was like, he was like, look, stop packing your shit. Don't worry about it. Don't give him shit. You ain't gotta give him nothing. You ain't gotta give him nothing. Alvin was like, man, he don't give me this shit. Then I'm gonna get. He was like, you ain't gonna do shit. That nigga got that Alvin face. Alvin was like, his face got mean as a bitch. He was like, man, you lucky, man. You lucky. You goddamn lucky, man. You lucky. The white dude was like, he didn't know what the fuck to do. Like, everybody was like for real, y'all gotta understand, like, you know, the white dude gave him the game. His homeboy told him, like, yo, don't let those dudes move in the cell with you. The dude that worked with me, he told him, like, don't let them move in the cell with you. So people be warning people that's too stupid to understand what's going on in penitentiary, man. That's why, for real, y'all, like, if you watching this and you out there breaking the law, man, and you got a chance to freaking be a prey for a predator, man, like, you need to stay your ass on the street, y'all, stay out the way. So boom, because you don't belong in there, man. Y'all be asking these questions, how, why, what? People will be scared. That be the main thing. People be scared, man. People be scared, man. And I'm telling you, man, I seen the fear in the white dude. He was about to give his TV up. You know what I mean? He was about to give it up. Booker coming at jump, say today, straight scream on Alvin with the mean face. Alvin don't know what to do. Alvin looking mad like, man, this man done got in my business. Alvin dipped down the steps. Alvin was gone. Alvin pipped out. When he pipped out, I looked up. I seen Booker. Booker was putting his stuff back on the box. Boom. Then I seen Booker grab his cord. Booker went back to the wall, start plugging his cord in himself. He was like, I couldn't hear what he was saying, but he was talking to the white dude. You know what I mean? So the dude suddenly come back up there. Booker was like, man, everything good, man. Y'all go ahead and get ready for lockdown, man. Y'all go ahead and get ready for lockdown. CO coming at y'all family. Y'all locked down. We only locking down for a little period of time. They be coming back out. CO was like, man, y'all locked down. Y'all locked down. Everybody locked down. Y'all, come on. Y'all already know y'all coming back out. So everybody was like, man, that episode was crazy, man. But these are the things you see in penitentiary. You see stuff like this happening. So we locked down. When we come back out, man, I looked up. I seen the white dude. He goes straight down the Booker cell. You know what I mean? Like, I never seen him do this. He comes straight out. Because, you know, we all on the top tier. When the top tier pop, you supposed to step out. Then, you know what I mean? They're like, all right, Empire Red. Then you dip. So when they say that, I look. White dude was already coming down the steps the other way. And I seen him shooting down the Booker cell. Now, when he went down the Booker cell, I looked at the dude, Alvin. After I came down, when I seen him shoot down the Booker cell, I dipped down the steps. I looked. The dude, Alvin, was just watching the whole joint standing by his cell. He was like, his face was balled up, and I was just looking at him, man. Like, I ain't even gonna lie, y'all. Like, I actually seen a Predator helmet on this dude. Like, he's just chilling on the back wall like this. And I see him with the helmet. Like, you know, I wish people could see what I see. But I actually see a freaking Predator face on this dude, man. And he's just standing on the wall like this. Like a real Predator, like, just waiting. You know what I mean? So the white dude go all at Booker. So he down there talking to Booker. Booker come out. Booker come out. He like, hey, save me a spot. He about to play poker. He like, yo, save me a spot. But he talking to the white dude. So he hollering at the white dude. You know what I mean? He hollering at the white dude. Talking to the white dude. The white dude basically kind of like, I guess he's feeling like, yo, this dude saved my life. You know what I mean? So like, I need to be in the cell with him. I don't know if he was thinking that maybe he was moving in the cell with a potential predator. But at the end of the day, man, like, this was the white dude probably was thinking. As he's talking to the white dude, I'm looking, I see a Predator fucking helmet on his head. I'm like, this shit crazy. I'm like, this shit wild as a bitch. They got 2 Predators in the pod. But I guess when a Predator, even if you ain't a Predator, like when you see an easy prey, you become a Predator, y'all. So boom. That's what both of these dudes are doing, man. The lady said, exit out for morning rec. Exit out for morning rec. Outside rec. Outside rec. Everybody dipped. Everybody dipped. Some of the poker players, the white dude, he stayed in. Alvin stayed in. All those dudes stayed in. So we was all out there for a minute. You know what I mean? I didn't end up going out there because I was talking to Yard 2 the whole time. So I'm out there talking. So I'm talking to Yard 1 the whole time. So I'm talking to them. So I didn't go into the basketball court. We had to walk all the way around and go into the basketball courts. It was looking like it was cloudy outside a little bit. So I didn't really want to go outside. I was going to go. And I ended up seeing my homeboy. And I'm just telling them about what's going on. I'm like, yo, man, they done moved that wild dude over from y'all building. Because I'm talking to one building. I'm like, man, they done moved this wild dude over that was in y'all building, man. The dude, Booker, he was like, who, Book? He was like, man, Book, man, look, I'm letting you know, man. Like, Book is Book, like he's a psycho, man. He was like, all he used to do is fight his boy. Like, he chased the boys. He like white boys. I was like, yeah. So I'm talking to him about the joint. So me and him get to talking the whole time. I'm letting him know what's going on. The CO like, White, what you doing? He was like, the gate done closed, so go back to the building. I'm like, all right. So I walked back down the fence talking to my homeboy some more. You know what I mean? Down the boulevard. We just kicking it. After they told me to go back in, I shoot back in the building. I go back in the building. As soon as I come upstairs, The lady opened the first slider. Ying, psh. She opened the second jump. Ying, psh. I walked back in the pod. I looked to my left. Man, I seen Booker, the white boy, and the sergeant right there in the office. I looked up as I'm walking past. I didn't want to stop and look. But when I looked over, I just seen Booker. Booker was like, yeah. All I heard was, yeah, look, so he gonna switch and I'm gonna move in his room.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way, if you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous. Did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments. Get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes.